Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today we are going to be opening a little over 100 Exalted chests. This is a new resource that was added in version 7.1 of Gems of War. Basically, it is a new currency that you end up earning as you just go through the standard level progression of the game. You specifically get this exact key at level 1000 plus. So if you're at that level range, you will get various rewards where you end up getting some exalted keys over time. You can end up getting some extra if you pay, however, you still get plenty of them still from the free path as well. So these keys aren't anything too particularly good. They're a bit of an in-between of a glory key and a gem key. The troops you get from them is from a very limited pool, so you're not really getting any good troops from it. However, there are a few good resource pools. The most noteworthy ones relative to how much you actually get for them are the Writs and the Dragonite. Most of the other ones, while useful, like diamonds, for example, the amount that you get is so small that it adds up to be barely anything in the end. So relative to the amount that you're getting, Writs and Dragonite are by far the ones that give you the overall best gem value from this. It's basically just an extra key that you get as you level through the game. And now with the new system of being able to get additional EXP, it just makes it a little bit easier. For the full overview of 7.1, we just covered that in a previous video earlier today. And this one is basically just going to be focused on opening 1 billion keys. So, as far as how these rolls work, you end up getting a 100% chance you'll get glory, 100% chance you'll get souls, and then it will individually roll every single one of these. So the diamonds, the writs, the curse runes, you can get all of them simultaneously, you can get none of them simultaneously. Like we can get a diamonds and a curse rune, or just writs, or none of them, or all of them. And they all independently roll. You'll only get one singular troop at about the rate of about a gem key, with like a 2.9% chance for a legend, 0.1% for a mythic, same as a gem key. Overall, it's nothing too special, but they do add up. And this video is mostly just to show an example of opening a ton of them, so just you can kind of see what you're going to get if you're going to open them. So let's just open a few real quick just to see a few of them nice and slowly, just to kind of see how they work. So of course, the guarantee glory, the guarantee souls, we'll get a guarantee troop here, right there. And now we'll get the additional rolls. As you can see, we rolled a additional 7 Dragonite, not too bad. And that's it. So we only got one additional roll there. And if we end up doing it again, guarantee glory, guarantee souls, guarantee troop. And then the only thing we really have to look forward to is all the way at the end, where we end up getting the individual rolls, which we could roll one of them, we could roll all of them, we could roll none of them. Right there, we got 3 diamonds. Honestly, not too bad. We're getting additional roll of 36 writs. Wonderful. And there we go. We got 2 of them. And we can end up seeing the exact rates, of course. There was a 40% chance we would have gotten the diamonds, and a 30% chance we would have gotten those writs there. And let's open a few more one at a time, though going a little bit quicker here, just so we're not here all day. As you can see, we got writs as our only additional roll. The amount of writs you get, pretty nice. The amount of dragonite you get, pretty nice. The amount of diamonds, a little small relative to its overall value. But it can still add up. Like right there, 4 diamonds. Like 4 diamonds, not a huge amount of diamonds, but you know, as you're opening a lot of these keys over time, they do add up. Just a little extra something for when you gain levels, basically. Instead of like the previous system where you were getting 100 glory and an event key. Of course, it's a little bit dated these days. So this is a little bit extra loot that when you're leveling later in the game at level 1000 plus, you'll just be able to look forward to these little bit of rewards. So now, let's go into the big key opening. We got 100 keys left now. Let's go open all 100 of these, 10 at a time. Obviously skipping it, otherwise we'll be here literally all day. So let's see what we get. Just as a good example of what you might end up getting. So obviously for the troops, unless we randomly roll like death or something, we're basically getting nothing here. So what do we get? Pretty pitiful amount of glory, pretty pitiful amount of souls, pretty pitiful amount of curse runes. Diamonds, okay if you still need them. Dragonite, a little bit to go into our stack. There's a patch coming up that might be using it, not quite sure, 7.2, 7.3. It looks like we're getting a bunch more dragons. And while I'm not sure if those dragons will cost dragonite, if they do, well, good to stock up, I guess. And you'll be getting them slowly over time. A little bit more here and there. And of course, the most notable ones, writs. Writs are used for any color scroll. You're most likely going to be converting every single one of them into purple deeds, which will then go into purple books, which will then go to upgrade all the magic kingdoms within the game. Is the main thing that you would end up doing off of those. Okay, so let's go and keep opening these 10 at a time. See if we can get anything good. Nice big writ drop once again. Unfortunately, we did not get a single good thing in the other ones, though. They just low rolled like crazy there. Come on, let's see some good drops. Also, I want to see if we randomly pulled a mythic. Very unlikely, but with 100, that's 0.1% chances. You never know. All right, so there we did horrible on the writs, but we did a little bit better on the diamonds. Writs, the main one, I really want to be seen doing good here. Like any roll that's in like the 150-ish or so when we take 10, really what we're looking for here. Every single 100 of those, of course, a purple deed. And while we technically would need 5,000 for a deed book, hey, that's one step closer to it, if nothing else. And as far as getting 10 of them, it can take quite a while. Like, if we actually go check something real quick, Like, let's go to the hero level. Let's see off a free path. Like, let's go down this path real quick and show, like, how long will it take to get 10 of them. So let's say we just hit level 1,500. We're now going to this range. So if we had the paid side, we would actually hit it within the first 10 levels, oddly enough. Because we'd get 6 there, 3 right there, and that's basically 10. That's 9 right there. But let's just see if we were to go free. 100% free, not spend a single cent. It's like $15 if you want to get all 500 of these. And by 500, I mean 100. Because I believe there's 100 reward thingies here. But let's say we were going to go completely free. How long would it take level-wise if we just reached 1,500 to get 10 of these keys? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So we would have had to have gone from level 1,500 to 1,580. That takes a little bit of time. Obviously, with the new double EXP system that exists, it's not going to take as much time, but we're still talking a good, like, half a year based on, like, average playtime. Maybe even closer to a year, depending on how much you play. It could be less, obviously. It really comes down heavily on how much you play, particularly in, like, quick killing locations where you gain a lot of EXP. So that is a little while, of course, but this is mostly just to be like a little bit extra reward. And the only reason we have so many right now, well, for one, we bought the bigger pass, but of course, we are currently level 1,800 something. So we have a lot of these rewards. We're at, well, all the way down here as far as the rewards. So that's one of the reasons why it looks like we have 1 billion of them right now. And also why we're opening them, just to kind of give an idea for everyone else who might be at a lower range. Because, of course, you could be at like level 2005 and have like almost none of the rewards. Or you could be at like something like level 1,999 and have like all of them. So it's a little bit weird where you end up falling on level. As it kind of punishes you if you were in like the weird section of the 500 bracket. Like if you just reach like, let's say level 1000, you're in a bit of a weird section. Or if you just hit like level 1505, you're in a bit of a weird section. But if you're at like level 1400-ish or 1900-ish, you're in a pretty good section to be able to gain a lot of rewards immediately from this. So you can get a little bit punished, unfortunately, based on where you are within the game, or kind of rewarded depending on where it ends up falling. And luckily we were in one of those level range where it actually was a little bit more beneficial for us. So kind of nice. So a little bit weird how they set that up, as you do not get any of the previous rewards. So like, for example, we didn't get the rewards for like tier like 500 to 1,000. We didn't get it for 1,000 to 1,500. You only get it for the current tier that you're at right now. Though, of course, if you're a newer player just starting in the game, you would get absolutely all of these. Like if you just started a brand new fresh account, you would go through every single one of them. I'm not quite sure where you get those lower range. There are other keys. Keep in mind, these Exalted keys are specifically for level 1,000 plus. So at the lower range, you're getting different drop tables, different keys, different resources. So these are just an example of the 1,000 plus range, which realistically most people are. If I had to guess, like 80-90% of the player base these days, particularly active players who've been for at least a year plus, are probably at the 1,000 plus range. But of course, there are plenty of new players that would be getting the other system and all the rework system that end up coming with it. And there we go, a bunch more writs. And we'll go do our final 20 here, get a little bit more. Really heavy on the souls there for some reason. Everything else, not so much. And we'll open our last 10. And of course, still nothing good on troops, but nice little sizable amount of writs. And overall, yeah, these keys are pretty average. Nothing really special, but, you know, a little bit extra loot whenever you get those levels. Kind of something to look forward to, and maybe just get like a little bit of extra resources here and there. A little bit of writs, a little bit of dragonite. But those are the keys. And yeah, with the new EXP system, makes it a little bit easier to end up claiming them. For the most part, not like a huge thing, but there's a little bit extra reward as you go through your standard level progression, so a little bit of improvement for that. Honestly, a lot of the other rewards that you get that aren't the Exalted keys are probably better, like these gems, pretty nice. Just getting straight up writs compared to how many you're getting from the keys around it. These are actually like way better. Because you saw how much we were getting for every 10 pull. We were getting on average, like, let's say 120, 150-ish? Let's say 120. It's like about 120-ish. Yet you get one of these, just the free side alone is already 250. Counting them both together, that's 1,000. So comparing that to that, not that much from the keys. But, you know, it has a bit of a wider drop tip. Obviously, it's not only dropping writs, you're getting a bit of other things. But, yeah, it's a small key. Nothing that special. Lower keys are still better. Gem keys are still better, mostly because you can use them for new mythics and stuff like that, as well as all the other content in the game. But it's just a small, newer feature. Kind of interesting, but similar to how all the other ones were, it's nothing particularly special, but more of a motivation to kind of keep you leveling within the game, which is kind of the whole point of 7.1, is just to give more of a benefit to just your general leveling. And that's basically a rundown on those keys. Take that data, whatever you would with it, and that is that. If you still have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you still want to catch it, of course, we covered the full overview in the 7.1 video earlier, and I will catch all you guys later. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.